Good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. Once again, my name is Sandy Daley from beautiful Toronto, Canada. And once again, we are here doing another show towards the big show for the IRAWMA Reggae and World Music Awards. And tonight, we have a gem for you. We have the man himself, Mr. Nigy Boy, or Nigy, whatever you want to call him. He's so relaxed, such a great person. And he's going to be at the show March 30th, Coral Springs Center for the Arts. It's going to be for the IRAWMA Reggae and World Music Award. This is a 42nd annual show. Can you believe that? And there's less than 2 weeks because I've been talking to you about this for the last 2 weeks. And here we are. It is Monday. The show is next week, not this week, the following week, Sunday. Red carpet arrivals at 6 p.m. And of course, we're so excited because this is going to be a big show. So from wherever you are, coming from Toronto like myself, coming from New York, coming from Africa, coming from North Carolina, coming from Los Angeles, wherever you are coming from, we welcome you tonight to tonight's show, and we welcome you to the award show. And as I said, we have the man himself. Now, this man needs no introduction, but I will do it because I am so honored to do it for you guys. He has been the sensation over the last few years. The voice is so sweet. All the ladies, including myself, go, geez, that is such a beautiful voice. And Nigy Boy has everyone crooning after him because he's such a gentle soul, but also the songs that he sings just makes you want to get up and dance, makes you want to jive, makes you want to like go left and right. And we have him here tonight. We are so honored. This man has been on such a ride. And I'm telling you, to have the opportunity to speak to Nigy Boy tonight is beyond my wildest dreams and beyond our wildest dreams. So make sure once again that if you don't have your tickets for the big show, March 30th, 2025, which is, as I said, not next Sunday coming up, the following Sunday, make sure that you grab them from IRAWMA.com because we're going to be there with Nigy Boy, Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Coral Springs, Florida. You can get your tickets, and red carpet begins at 6 p.m. Now, once again, as I said, we are here with Mr. Nigy Boy, and we're going to be talking to him right now. And he needs no introduction, but I do have to introduce him. This man has been all over the globe. He's such a well-loved personality. He's such a well-loved singer. Everybody just kind of loves him, and I just welcome him to the show. So, Nigy Boy, welcome to the show. Thank you so very much for coming and having the opportunity and just coming, gracing us with your presence. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, Sandy. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
Oh my God, I'm doing so wonderful. Thank you so. The smile. I can just see the smile.
Broader than Broadway.
Exactly, because you're such a warm soul, and
Thank you.
it comes through when you speak. It comes through in your music. Now, how does it feel to be nominated, Nigy, for 3 awards at the big show this year? Like, what went through your mind when you heard that?
Um, I can't even begin to explain. It's
Right,
funny. I remember I opened the phone one morning and I saw the email come in, and funny enough, I saw two nominations, and then only to turn around to hear that it was three. I can't even begin to explain the feeling of jubilation that washed over me when I realized I was a recipient of three nominations at the IRAMA Awards. It's
right,
just insane to me.
right, exactly. And we're so appreciative of you coming to the stage with us and coming to have a conversation with me because
Hmm.
you've been on this journey for a little bit of a while now. Let's just say that people always say a little bit of a while, but I know you've been doing it for a long time. Tell us a bit about how long you've been doing this.
Oh Lord, Sandy, you're bringing me down memory lane right now. It's
I'm
it's
trying.
it's as far as the professional side of things, it's been for a hot minute. I would say since 2021. I would say around July of 2021. So since then, I've been trying to put my best foot forward, but everything really bore fruit January of 2024 last year. So it's been a hot minute, but we're here now, and we only want to go further.
Exactly. And for you, right, having
Hmm.
worked so hard in the business for such a long time, because as I said, and as you just said, you
Hmm.
have been doing this for quite some time. in the sense of saying having the music and the folks really just gravitate to you, Nigy,
Mm-hmm.
how does that make you feel? Because you know, a lot of times it is nice to have the fans and all the other stuff,
Uh-huh.
all the accolades, but how does it make you feel to have musicians and other artists just giving you, as we say, your flowers while you're here? How does that make you feel?
Sometimes I can't even believe it. The feeling I can't explain. You know, for example, a few weeks ago I was in Jamaica. I think,
Right,
yeah, a few weeks ago. I think probably like 10 days ago. No more, no less. And I had the honor of um, interacting with the legend himself, Maxi Priest, and Marcia Griffiths.
right,
Legends, I tell you. And
right,
they showed me such grace. They showed me such love. I didn't even know Marcia knew new songs. New songs of 2024. But she's been around for so long, and she's done so much for the reggae music, and to see that she was showing me that love, Nigy, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So it's a renewed feeling every single time I interact with a fellow artist, a fellow creative, and I interact with the fans all across the globe,
right,
and I see that the music is reaching some places I never would have even dreamed, and they're just showing me that love. It's I can't even explain it. It's
right.
mind-boggling.
Wow. And so for having, and as you're saying, Marcia Griffin, who we all love, you love
Mm-hmm.
her, I'm quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
That must have made you feel as if, wow, not that I've made it, but at least I've come up to the echelons of, you know what I mean, of just being amongst the greats. Because,
Definitely.
right,
Well,
you are considered a great, just to let you know that.
maybe in due time. Maybe in due time. But I'm working towards it.
Right? Certainly working towards it. And we want to just make sure that folks realize who it is that we're speaking to today. We have the one and only Nigy Boy. My name is Sandy Daley. And I am so honored to have the opportunity to speak to him because this gentleman has taken the world by storm. Your concerts, I've seen some of your concerts on YouTube, online, and they are just off, I have to say off the chain, as a youngsters would say, right? Because the crowd gets into it so much. Now, what does it feel like to have the crowd along with you when you're actually on stage, Nige? How does that make you feel?
it it makes me feel this electrifying energy. You know,
Right,
it's almost like an intimate exchange. It makes me feel as if I'm doing something right. The music I do is resonating with so many people, and they've gathered in this one spot. No matter the concert, no matter the venue,
right,
they've gathered in this one spot just to celebrate with me. You know, sharing the joy of the music with me. And when I'm out there, I'm not able to physically see the reactions of the people, but I feel that energy. When the crowd erupts and they sing along, and they have a one last one. They, which other one? Time and time again. It's a surreal feeling.
right. And so,
Um, mhm.
yeah, go ahead, please.
Just 2 days ago, I was in San Diego, California, for the first time, and I can't even begin to explain the feeling. I went up there, and this lady, she was in the front. "Me love you from long time. Me love you from long time." And I was singing some songs, and I never knew that the West Coast knew songs I never thought people knew that were in my catalog.
Right,
It's insane to me. And the time was actually um running out on me,
right.
and I was singing a song, and I started to hear the music go low, and I sang the last couple of words, and I'm like, what's going on here? And the crowd was chanting, and I'm like, wow, that song came out a month ago, and there's just wow.
Right. And just to let you know, I have an 11-year-old son. I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
kids these days they know music. So once
Mm-hmm.
children know music, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Played the song like he was listening last year. He goes, "Oh, I know that song, mommy. I know that." I'm like, "Hey."
Wow.
So once you know, he knows. I'm like, maybe you should be listening to all of these songs, but yes, right? He's an 11-year-old boy and he knows good music and good folks who can sing. Yeah,
I agree. Tell me about it. My brother is 8 years old.
right? And so you know, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you can sing, you have the voice.
Mm-hmm.
So in regards to songs, we're gonna be playing one of your big hits, and this is one of the ones. I always say for folks who don't know, I'm always doing my bogle to every move, but I try to do a little bit more with your songs. So we won't do bogle today. One move I have, Nigy. I got one move. It works for everything.
No worry, me only have one too.
I go one. That's my bogle. Anyways, we're going to be playing Continent from Nigy Boy. So this is one of his biggest hits, and I'll try my best not to do my vocal, but it is what it is, right? So here it is, Nigy Boy's Continent, because of course it is such a big tune, big, big, big tune, and we just love it. We love it to the hill. So if you can play that for us, I'm going to say DJ. That would be
Girl, if you want me, here I am, then you can have me. Sharing is caring, so you got to share me. Say you like dark chocolate, I'm free of cost. Sharing is caring, so you got to share me. Yeah, African girl are my favorite. Something about the way all them gyrated. South American girls have a nice bass when them dancing coming like a earthquake. Antarctican girls them ice cold, but them warm touch take me some high places. Australian girls.
all right, there it was. You got the bogle. Folks were like, Sandy, do your bogle. Okay, I did it. Okay, so Nigy, that was one of the biggest hits, and I just love that song. Just to let you know, I'm every girl from every continent. Okay, I'm from every country. So I'm from Africa. I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. It is because we just love your songs so much. So what inspires you? I just wanted to know what inspires you to write these amazing songs or just to work on them. Like, what does a song has to have for you to say, okay, I'm going to do that too?
It's a very, very good question. A lot of the songs I do,
Yeah.
it's littered with life experiences. Um, it might be mine. It might be experiences that other people go through. Um, a lot of things can inspire a song. I might hear a certain melody in a beat, and it just strikes me with an idea.
Right.
I might hear the rustling of the leaves outside, um, simple birds chirping,
Right.
and it inspires an idea. So it's a multiplicity of things.
Right. And then how do you attack a song? Because a lot of times, with artists, they go at it with, I have to say, not say vengeance, but they go at it in a certain way. Is there a certain type of, method that you have? Is there a certain way that you work out a song? Like, what is it that, how you work out a song and how you're going to sing that lyric or
It,
lyrics in any tune?
it depends.
Right.
So, you know, I have times when I'll be writing a song. Sometimes the song itself comes to me before the beat is materialized. I compose the melody in my head of how I want it to sound. I write the song, um, revolving around the structure of that melody that's in my head,
Right.
and then um, we put everything on beat. And then I have other times when I'll hear a beat and I start writing to it, and then I have to stop.
Wow.
Sometimes it depends on how um, complex the
Mhm.
song is to pen, as far as the emotions surrounding it. Some of those deep songs, like for example, "Take Care of You."
Right.
I mean that kind of came out quickly, but at the same time, when I was recording it, sometimes some of the words, they kind of hit me in the feels, so I kind of have to stop and really
Right.
consider what I'm saying, because you want to put the emotion behind it. You want everything to be felt down to the molecular level, you know. So some songs, they take some time to be penned. Others, they just kind of roll off. Sometimes I can't find myself writing, so I'll just go to the studio and I hear a beat and I'm in there and I just stand in front of the mic and I manage to
Right.
piece, a song together,
Right.
quick time, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I just did that. So it's anything. It's all
Okay.
sorts of ways.
Right, right, for sure. And so, Nigy, what, up to this point, what would you say is your most defining moment? Was it the time that, somebody, you heard somebody listening to your song or singing your song the first time? Was it the first time you heard your song on the radio? What was that moment like? And what was it that kind of said, hey, I might have a look at taking out a music business here, right?
It's a very good question. Um, it's kind of hard to identify
Right,
one single defining moment, but if I could think of one, it would be sometime last year. I was in Kingston, excuse me, and I was outside walking, and this lady, she came up to me and she was talking to me, and she's like, I never thought I would ever even get a chance to meet you, blah 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 blah. And she goes, you know, it's been 20 years since I've sat down and listened to dancehall music, and you made me in 20 years, and that touched my soul.
right,
It made me realize that I was doing something, in this industry that many people are gravitating to from all walks of life, from every single social stratification, and it just kind of put me on that path. It put me on a mission to stay in the lane I am and do the best I can.
right, for sure. And that's a great thing because, as I said at the very top, you have been compared to some of the greats. And I just have to say, if you, put your name in Google, you'll see compared to Stevie Wonder, soulful singer, right? Because you
Hmm.
have that voice. How does
Definitely.
that make you feel? And, do you like being compared to others? And really, how does it make you feel?
Um, Honestly, I'm honored. I'm honored. Sometimes, for example, they'll compare me to Stevie Wonder. A lot of people will, and
Right,
in my mind, I say I'm not there yet. I'm really really honored, but I'm not there yet. But it,
right,
it gives me something to work towards. It sets a bar. It sets a precedent that I have to aim to supersede, to overcome.
of course.
So it fills me with joy, actually,
Wow,
and it motivates me to just keep working harder.
right. And so, with that work ahead of you,
Hmm.
Nigel, what is it that you're looking forward to? What's your next project? I know obviously you're going to be there next week. I am going to be there. I'm going to be in the loudest person in the stage is going to be me. You're like, oh, Sandy, you're here,
Yes.
right? But what are you
Hmm.
looking forward to next? What is it that you're going to be doing next besides performing at IRAWMA?
Besides performing at IRAWMA, um, I'll be in some places. I'll be in Guyana, I think,
Oh, wow.
um, the following week, if memory serves me.
Right,
And then I have an engagement in the Bahamas. So we're moving. We're moving all
right.
over the place. Some places right now, the calendar has so many dates that oh my God, it's kind of hard for me to keep track. I'm
Right,
just telling you what's on the top of my head.
right, exactly.
I should actually be in Canada too, but that's down in July there. Edmonton.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hmm.
So that's definitely something that we'll have to look forward to hear. We certainly will welcome you when you come. So another song that I wanted to kind of play because, as I said, I've been doing the bogle to every single song that you have, and it's the only one move that I have. And I don't care who want to judge me on it, but now we do have the song, as I was saying, Judgment. I'd like to have that played right now because I want to folks to hear the melody in your voice, the tone of your voice. It can hit different levels, and this is what I like. So we will have this song Judgment playing right now, and I'm going to do my bogle again. People are going to come with me. The one move I got, okay?
Yeah, man.
Executioner, one at a time, me a touch them. Grab around while I so that's why. Push her and turn her so fast wine, slow wine, rubber the bar so. Say she like them props, so me rough her up. Just a little bit, grab around while I so. And a little bit, push her and turn her so fast wine, slow wine, rubber the bar so. Say she like them props, so for me rough or rough. Catching love, you rough sentence when me overrule her objections. Shanice like when me bring her to the touch, she and Buffy, she answer my questions. Samantha one like she a good girl, but if you know the amount of confession she make when she come to visit the bishop weekly for her one-on-one session. She say go easy on me, come around while I so.
There you go again. Once again, my Bogle is gonna be on the stop. Bogle is coming back. People. Even if it not come back, we bring it back. Now, Nigy, I wanted to talk to you about, your journey up to this point. Okay, as I said, you're nominated for 3 awards next week, and we're so excited to have you on the stage and there. But from yourself as a child, what did you ever see this for yourself? Did you ever think that I'd be here one day?
um, Not necessarily.
Right.
I grew up in a pretty musical family, so as far as me being a musician, it's always been there, because my grandfather, for example, um, he would sing a lot. Um, and I remember also, like, I play the saxophone and the drums
Oh wow.
as well. And he would make drumsticks to send me off to school with. He would always make a pair of drumsticks each term, you know. And he was one of the big supporters in my corner from day one, Um, I guess he had a he had a prophecy, and it's now being fulfilled, because he would often say, one day you're going to be among the greats of the world. You're going to be a Stevie Wonder. You're going to be a Ray Charles. You know.
Wow.
Um, at the time, though, even growing up, um, I would always be focused, more focused on academic pursuits. So even though I knew I could do the music, it was not first priority. Especially since I have a mom, and she yeah, yeah, fit on lie, yeah, fit on so she school for her, education for her has always been a big thing. So I made it a point of duty to head in that direction.
Right.
um but I knew I could do the music, but I never saw it as top priority. And then probably around 2019, because I used to sing a lot too. I would be in, like, JCDC, the Jamaica Development Cultural Festivals.
Right.
Um, I would be in a lot of those competitions, nationally televised competitions, altogether sing choir competitions here and there. So I would always be singing ever since I was young, you know. And then probably around 2015, 2016, thereabout, puberty started hitting hard, and I would be singing as if I was 10 years old, but the
Wow.
voice was maturing, and I wasn't used to the sound, So around 2016, I had migrated to the US, and I kind of stopped singing for quite some time, for about 3 years.
Right.
It was during that time that I picked up the saxophone. Actually, um, I actually tried joining a chorus, like a choir, in school, but the sound that I was hearing from them was not what I was used to, so I dropped it. Um, Fast forward to about 2019 now, and my best friend, he phoned me from Jamaica one day, and he was like, "Yo, you still do the music thing, dog?" And I said to him, say, "No, I kind of put it down." And the man say, "Yo, say you have a talent and you need to use it. If you don't use it, you go lose it." And he said to me at the time, he said, "Write me a song and sing it. Let me hear it." And I did just that, and he said, "Yo, you have to do this." Um, so around that time now, I remember I was making little, well, not snippets. I was making full songs, and I would put them on YouTube, and I had a little fan base, but it was nothing major, family, friends, some people who just randomly discovered me. And I remember I would put out a song like every week or every 10 days or something like that, and it would get a little reception. But it's like a niche crowd that would um be supporting it. And then I remember I would be singing in the bathroom. I had the phone in my hand. They have this app on the iPhones called GarageBand, and you could record in it.
Right.
So
Yes.
I'd record my voice in it, over the Yeah, drop the beats in them and record my voice over it, and then I would send it to my friend, and he would kind of mix it down and make it sound a little bit more professional, you know. So and then one of my other friends, he's also totally blind. He stumbled upon this software where he could make beats, and he introduced me to it on the computer. Not the beat making side because that's not really my expertise. Well, who knows? I might be doing some production nowadays, but at the time, um, he introduced me to that, and he also told me, "Oh, you know, you could record your vocals in this." So I bought a mic immediately, and I started recording in my room on the laptop, and I used to make songs at the time. And then, you know, fast forward about a year, late 2020, you know, COVID came around, and everybody's lives started revolving around the internet. And I remember at one point they had this thing going around, the lighter challenge. Shensia Taurus Riley song. Baby, when the bright lights start to fade, light up your lighter. So um, that started to happen, and I saw a friend of mine who I went to high school with post a snippet of himself singing the song, and I said, you know, that's a nice song. Um, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to listen to it and sing that same snippet, and I'm gonna post it on Instagram. And when I post it, if it gets 1,000 views, I'll leave it. If it doesn't, I'll take it down. And I posted it. 5 minutes later, the comment section started going wild at Shensia, at
Wow.
Tamish, at Taros, at Russian. It started going wild. So the next day, I even had to turn the phone off because the notifications were coming in at such a rapid pace. Um, the next day, I started getting messages from a lot of people who knew me from back in Jamaica when I used to do the competitions. And they were like, "Oh my God," you know.
Right.
And then over time, people started sending in song requests, so I would do little snippets. Um, and then, um, you know, celebrities would see these snippets and they would, you know, comment on them or they would repost them. Like I would do a lot of Dexter Daps, for example, and
Right.
he would post the videos on his page, and that was a huge support for me, you know. Um, and over time, the fan base just started to build and build and build, and then I connected with my manager in 2021, and you know, around that time when I started to see that the fan base was just growing exponentially, I said to myself, you know, I think I'm in the public eye now, and they seem to love what I do, so I don't think I'm going anywhere. And it really reaffirmed everything to me. And then, you know, 3 years later, the gate fully opened, and here I am now.
And that's the beauty of it. And the story that you just told, Nigy, was just so heartwarming and just so pivotal for folks to listen. I always say whatever is meant for you must come to you.
I
But
agree.
also, I also say that, you know, sometimes when we have dreams, don't ever let that dream die, no matter
True.
how long it takes.
That is
Um,
very true.
just continue on. You don't know how long you might be in your 60s, your 70s. It does
Hmm.
not matter, folks. Whenever you have a goal, a dream, because obviously you did have one, and so therefore it found its way back to you. And
Hmm.
another thing that I have to say, it is such a great thing because obviously the support that you have and has had up to this point has been phenomenal. And it is so important to have that support. And we're so grateful that that support has landed you right here with us because IRAWMA is going to be in almost less than 2 weeks, and you're going to be there. You're nominated. Once again, this is Nigy Boy, the sensation in himself. I am Sandy Daley, and I'm so pleased to have him here with us because he's going to be next week at IRAWMA show in Florida, and it's going to be at the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Sunday, March the 30th. The red carpet arrivals is at 6 p.m. Make sure you reach because Nigy Boy is going to be there and we're going to be so excited. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, Nigy, was this song that you did last year, the
Hmm.
Call for Goodness of God. And it's such a great song with Canadian Jasmine Headley. And, you know, we always say, and I always say to folks, some songs will come along in your lifetime that will help you to go through things. And as I said yesterday, when I actually spoke about the song, last year was a very pivotal moment in my life. And it was such a helpful song to listen to. And I thank you so much for doing that song because your voice her voice was so great just to listen to all the time when, when things weren't so kosher, as we would say, right? It wasn't so great. So thank you for doing that. What
Hmm.
made you decide to do that type of song? Because as great as it is, we want to definitely know what, and was it just something, or do you consider doing other genres as well as you go along?
Repeat that last part.
Do you consider doing other types of songs as you go along? Could we see you doing rock?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And I see me doing all sorts of things. As long as I can tackle the market, I'm doing it.
Right?
If somebody calls me to do jazz tomorrow, shooby doo ba. Oh yeah.
Got that.
um,
So
but
how was it doing that song with Jasmine?
um, you know, it kind of just happened.
Right.
Um, my publicist, let's call him the ER guru, Anthony Turner.
Oh, of
Um,
course, of course.
he was the one actually who put me in contact with Jasmine and her family, and he arranged a meeting and we spoke. At the time it was over Zoom, and you know I was informed on the spot, that Jasmine, for such a young individual, she has been doing amazing works, a lot of philanthropic works that it's just inspirational, you
Right.
know. Um, she engages in a lot of charity events and so on and so forth, and she's just a selfless human being, and you know having that opportunity to speak with her and to speak with her family, to hear about all the grand initiatives that she has been doing and still is doing, it really moved me. And we just kind of arrived at this song. Actually, what had happened, I think I just saw a message coming on my phone one day,
Right.
that Anthony sent, and I took a listen to it, and he was saying, I think this would be a awesome song to do, and I heard the voice on it, and I said, say no more, and here we are.
And great choice, Nigy. It's a beautiful, a great song. The voices just mesh together so perfectly. And as I said, I thank you personally for that song because it certainly did help me at a difficult time in my life. And so it was kind of nice to have a
Hmm.
song to kind of go to every time. So we are so honored to have Nigy. And of course, we're going to be playing that song right now. And so I want you to guys to listen because this voice that he has along with Jasmine meshes together so well. So here's that song. If you could play that song for me right now, that'd be so amazing.
For your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Mm. All my life you have been faithful. Oh, all my life you have been so good. Every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Now introducing 11-year-old Jasmine Headley. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire. In darkest nights, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as friends. And I have lived in the goodness of God.
Thank you so much.
All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good.
It is, you hear my throat, my voice. I will stop crying. I love that song. Thank you so very much. Now, Nigy, we're so looking forward to having you at the show next week. What are you most looking forward to at the IRAWMA show in Florida next week?
I'm just looking forward to being in Florida on the red carpet. And I'm just honored to be there, honored to have been nominated, and I can't wait.
Right. And it is so wonderful to have you as a performer as well and have you at the actual show. Now, you are nominated for 3 awards for including Best New Entertainer. So we're so looking forward to you walking up with on the stage with the 3 of them, right? Because we're going to be there. We're going to be so excited to have you. Now, Nigy, any last parting words that you might have to your fans and to the folks who love you and support you? What would you like to say to them before I, you know, happenstance to let you go? I wish I could stay with you forever because I
Oh,
love speaking with you. But
oh, my dear Sandy, I'll see you Sunday. Don't worry.
what would you like to say to your fans and to the friends and to the supporters who love you and wish you well?
I just want to thank them always, all the fans, all the supporters, all the people who haven't come to know me yet, for the endless love and support that they've shown me over the years.
Right.
Without them, none of this would have been possible. And I'm just extremely grateful for it. And, we have further to go, and I cannot get there without them. You
Oh,
know?
that is so sweet.
Yeah, man.
That is so sweet. Nigy, thank you so very much for coming on the show with me today. I am so grateful. I am so honored to have had you here with us tonight. And you will be there next week. So thank you very much. And I look forward to many more stuff from you in the future. And I'm sure you're like, yeah, man, somebody talk to him one time. I want to say big ups to you, Nigy. Thank you so very much. And I so appreciate it. This once again has been Sandy Daley, another edition of the IRAWMA preemptive show going towards the big show, which is going to be March 30th at the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Coral Springs, Florida. We are so honored to have had Nigy Boy, and I cannot thank him enough for coming on the show today. For me, leaving with the words that Nigy Boy said in terms of going after your goals, going after your dreams, I leave you with this. Today and tomorrow, it is your goals and your dreams that you have to aspire towards. Do not let anyone stop you. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow, but you never know. So I will see you once again very shortly. And thank you so very much for joining me once again. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great evening.